So you don't actually have to change weights. You are just living. You're just being alive. You're just doing what your body, what's coming naturally to your body. It's such a natural way to exercise.
You used to stop this world from spinning. Like Superman, you were the only one to find the strength in all that I was dealing with. This life like kryptonite. And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. Oh, oh, oh. And when I fall to deep, will you be there when I'm ready to save me? A superhero in me.
Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Very happy to be here today and very excited because I have some great questions that I want to address as far as Handy Gym goes. Now, I'm so happy to hear the excitement that some of you guys have relayed to me over Instagram, through the comments on YouTube. Really excited to hear that. Keep in mind, guys, if you are interested in Handy Gym and you do decide to purchase one, you get a free class with me. That's right, you can go to Instagram, hit me up on a direct message, say, Joe, I just purchased a Handy Gym, I just received it, or whatever the case might be. I'd like a free box opening class with you so you could teach me how to benefit the most when it comes to this amazing machine. But today we're going to be discussing some basics, okay? We're going to be looking at warm-up sets, we're going to be looking at working sets, we're going to be looking at cool downs and some things related to these subjects because I have some great questions. I can understand why you guys might be a little bit confused. When you see me using this machine, you see me go ahead swinging this machine around, up, down, left, right, and you might think, what is this guy doing? I remember when I first saw the commercials for Handy Gym, I would look at it and I'd think, okay, I don't know what kind of game this person using this machine is playing.
Okay, coming
I had to convince myself that these people are trying to convey a message, but they might be having trouble doing it, or the machine itself may actually, because of the way it works, prevent the people who are trying to show you how this thing works. The machine might be preventing them from getting the point across. So let's start with topic number one. That's going to be warm-up sets. When you guys see me going at it on this machine, you might notice in the beginning a lot of the time, I'm going very light. I'm just moving around. I'm just basically moving my body. I'm holding this machine. I'm moving it around, up, down, left, right. And that's to warm my muscles up. The amazing thing about this machine is it's so different than normal weight training, static weight training, or even training with machines. And the reason why is because you don't have to be strict. When you're using static weight or conventional weight systems, a lot of the time, like, you have to be strict. If you're not strict with your movements, you can hurt yourself. Now, there is cheating. You can cheat the weight up, cheat reps and so forth with static weight and conventional weight systems. But with this particular machine, you can cheat all the time, because you can generate force from any muscle in your body and allow that generated force to carry into whatever muscle you want to target. So for example, on the concentric portion of this machine, I can generate force on the concentric using my back and legs, create a ton of force, and then allow it to come back on the eccentric, hitting my bicep. This is something you cannot do with static weight machines, with normal weight systems. It's very difficult to even attempt to do this with exercise bands because of the strength curve of that band itself. So with this machine, you're basically freestyling. So long story short, when it comes to a warm-up, you can generate force however you want, and you can move around, allow your body to warm up. You can use your legs. Even if you plan on doing biceps that day, you can go ahead and generate force, allow that force to hit your bicep. The more energy you put into this machine, the more energy you're going to get back out of it. So When you start off nice and light, nice and light. Imagine picking up a 5-pound dumbbell at the gym. You're moving it around. You're trying to get your momentum. You're getting the blood flowing to the muscles, and you're warming up. That's what you're doing. Now, when it comes to working sets, after you've warmed yourself up, you're going to push a little bit harder. You don't have to be strict. You can be strict, but you don't have to be strict. That's one of the beauties about this machine. You do not have to be strict. You can go ahead and generate that force, but this time during the working sets, you're going to generate that force much more powerfully. You are going to really put your body into it. You're going to make that force happen. I'm telling you, sometimes I'm using this machine and spit starts flying out of my mouth because of how much force I'm trying to generate. One of the other amazing things about this machine is you're not using any weight plates. You're not using plates. You are creating the weight, so the discs you're using have a range. So the disc you might have, for example, may go from 0 to 40 pounds, or maybe from 40 pounds to 80 pounds, whatever the case might be. So you might warm up with like 40 pounds. But now, without changing any weight, simply by pushing yourself harder, by going along with what your body can actually give, you've now upped it to 60 pounds, 70 pounds. So the harder you push, the more weight you're going to get back. That's going to go directly into the muscle that you target that energy to go to. It can go to any muscle you want. You can generate force on the concentric with your bicep and let it come back on your deltoid. That's just the way this machine works. It's miraculous. And another really cool thing is this enables you to work multiple muscle groups at a time. For example, last night I was working my chest and my rear delt all at the same time while getting cardio in, because this machine in itself forces you to work abs and get cardio because of the nature of how you have to make it function. So it truly is miraculous. When it comes to pyramid sets or, for example, drop sets, let's say, another thing you don't have to do is change plates. All you have to do is simply go along with what your body can physically give. I personally take sets to failure, so I'm using this machine until I am wiped out. I'm taking sets to failure every single set. I'm stopping, I'm resting, I'm recouping, and I'm hitting it again. When you're at the gym, you have to go from 5 pounds to 10 pounds to 15 pounds, then go to maybe your 40 on your working set, and then you have to do the drop set, right? You have to go from 40 down to 30, down to 20 in order to really exhaust your muscles. With this thing, all you're doing is physically pushing less, either consciously or because your body just has to push less because it's tired. So you don't actually have to change weights. You are just living. You're just being alive. You're just doing what your body, what's coming naturally to your body. It's such a natural way to exercise. I often liken this machine to swimming. And the reason why is because swimming's very natural. When you're in the water, you're pushing hard or you're pushing soft depending on how fast or how slow you want to go. You're also getting an insane cardio workout without even knowing it. And you can also build strength because of the way you're moving your muscles in the water. This machine does all the same thing. Another incredible thing about being in a pool is there's no real strict rules. You can move around however you want. You can do whatever you want. Same thing with this machine. You are basically swimming on land. That's the way I liken it. And it is so true in my experience because you're just doing what comes naturally. Just like in the water. You want to go faster? You just push harder. Same thing with this machine. You want more weight? You just push harder. You want less weight? You push less hard. So it's really incredible. So that's how drop sets work on this machine. You don't necessarily even have to change the plate. You just push harder or less hard based upon what you consciously want to do or what comes naturally. And that's what I like to do. I go natural. I like to push as hard as I can, and then when I can't push as hard, I'm still pushing, but it's just giving less, and therefore I'm getting less weight. As far as cool down sessions go, you guys may have already figured it out. Cool down sessions are super easy, and the reason why is because you're exhausted, right? So what are you going to be doing when you're exhausted? You can use the same discs. You're just going to be pushing a lot less hard. Probably because you're exhausted. If you're working out correctly and you're working out for hypertrophy like I do, you're going to be exhausted. So you're just going to naturally push less hard, and therefore you're going to get less weight, and therefore now you have your cool down session. So again, not even changing a plate. Most of the time, once you get used to this machine, you don't even have to change the rope setting on the machine. I do full body workouts all the time without changing the rope setting, not even one time. When I was first learning the machine, I thought you had to change it every single different exercise. And in the beginning, you do, until you get used to the machine, and then you know how to work around all those different factors. Something that I know my brother has a problem with when he uses Handy Gym is the fact that he doesn't know how much weight he's actually pushing. Now, if you talk to me, I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe you could call me a naturalist or something, I don't know, or a weirdo. You can call me a weirdo. I'm definitely a weirdo. Something that I think that we as a society does is kind of put too much emphasis on numbers. You know, some numbers are great. They give you a relative point of view, but they also can box you in. Something that my brother doesn't like is he doesn't know how much weight he's pushing. So he might be pushing like crazy, super hard. He might be pushing 80 pounds on Handy Gym, but he doesn't know that he's pushing 80 pounds. In his brain, he wants to know. With me, I'm happy just knowing I'm pushing as hard as I can. And as I graduate from yellow disc to blue and red disc, then to 2 red discs, I know I'm just getting stronger. Or if I look in the mirror and I see my muscles are bigger, my shirts are getting tighter, which definitely are happening, that's how you can tell that you're progressing. But a lot of people love numbers, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can use the Handy Gym app to tell you the numbers that you're pushing on this machine. Now, I personally don't use the app, but the app does a lot of useful things. It tells you your calories burned. It tells you how much weight you're pushing. It does a whole bunch of different stuff. It tells you how long you've been working out, how many reps, and all that stuff. Keep in mind, the app only works with the Handy Gym Pro package, right? So you have different Handy Gyms out there. Well, you have 2 different types. You have one with the encoder machine in it, and then you have the ones without the encoder. You get the encoder that comes in the Handy Gym from the factory when you purchase the Handy Gym Pro. If you purchase the other models, I don't believe you get an encoder, but you can check the Handy Gym website, handygymdynamic.com, in order to see what your particular package comes with as far as the encoder goes or any other accessories involved with this incredible machine. When it comes to that, I don't really worry about numbers too much. I know I'm getting an insane workout and I'm pushing myself as much as possible, which is what I recommend everybody do. Push yourself as hard as possible, every single rep, every single set. And if you do that, you are naturally going to be the best you can be every single session. Not everybody is going to be as good as their last session, and therefore all you can do is the best that you can every single session. So with this machine, it makes it very easy. You are regulating your own weight, never having to change a weight plate. You don't have to do anything really. Once you've come to know this machine and know how to use it, you don't have to do anything. You are automatically regulating your weight. So that's what this machine comes down to. I know it might look weird when you see people using it at first, but that's because you can generate weight from any position that you have this machine, from any direction that your body's in, from any muscle group in your body. You can direct weight to whatever muscle you want to direct it to. You're generating force and throwing it at a muscle group, and it doesn't have to be the same muscle group that you generated the force with. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope this helps you guys. Be safe, and I'll catch you all at the next video.